guess it happens. Hello and welcome to another weekly review of mine. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the trades that I took last week. But before we get into the trading, you should become familiar with the rules that I have in terms of risk management, which would explain you why I trade a certain way. And rule number one is that I trade extremely small, only one micro contract per trade, and this is how each beginner should be trading. Rule number two is I'm only allowed to lose up to $25 a day. Rule number three is that I'm only allowed to do up to 3 trades per day. And rule number four is I've got extremely tight 7-tick stop loss. Now let's review some trades. My first trade on Monday was at a previous double bottom support, which seemed as a pretty decent entry for me. Unfortunately, not long after I entered the trade, my stop loss got hit because the buyer just couldn't sustain that level at the time. And my second trade came about 10 minutes later after I saw that the buyers were trying to keep the level. But I have to say that I don't like trading on such choppy days, but this is inevitable for traders as the markets are consolidating in 70% of the times. So you can still make profits in a range if you buy at a support and sell at a resistance, or a level that you see that the buyers are struggling to break through. But you should not expect any massive moves to be happening, and you should take profits while you can. Although I personally don't like trading in a range, I have to say that there are traders that enjoy it, and I can see the angle of it, as it gives some sort of predictiveness in the market, showing you where exactly the support and the resistance are. And even though it's a smaller move, you can still make profits riding up and down. And I'm sure there are many successful scalpers out there. Soon after I entered the trade, the price went in my favor, but it was a very slow day, no much volume, which can be expected over the course of the summer season. After holding the trade for about 10-15 minutes, I saw that the buyers were struggling to break through the moving average, even though the buying volume was increasing. So this made me question the probability of me being able to collect my 10 points on this move. My initial take profit was above the most recent level of resistance, as I was thinking that we're going to break through. But when I saw that struggle around the moving average, I lost quite a lot of my confidence and I decided to close the trade. I did not make another trade on that choppy market on that day, and I called them days break even, as I have not profited much, but at the same time I haven't lost money, so all good. Tuesday started off with a long trade right off the market open, where I saw a massive spike in buying volume and the bull holding the level. That was enough to convince me. The trade almost immediately went in my direction, and it didn't take long. It was about 4 minutes in duration. I have talked in the past that right off the market open you can expect more volatility and bigger moves to happen quicker compared to in the afternoons, especially during the summer, and that's what exactly happened on Tuesday. And again, I have to say that not many traders recommend and trade right off the market open. But when I see a decent setup, I am willing to trade and just see where it goes. Anyway, around the moving average, I saw that the price action slowed a bit, but at the same time the volume kept increasing, so I decided to hold my long position there. And in terms of profit, I was aiming for about 10-point move, and as soon as I saw some sort of a pullback signals in that area, I decided to take profit immediately. And that's what I did. Remember, trade the plan. My second trade came in about 2 minutes after I closed my previous trades at the moving average, where I decided to go long because the buyers were holding the level, and I thought it would be enough for the pullback and I would be able to take some more profits again. Again, as in my first trade, the price almost immediately went in my direction, which was beneficial for me, but I wasn't aiming for much on this trade, and if I have to be honest, I wouldn't want to test the resistance that we have close, so I decided just before we approached that level of resistance to close the trade and take the profits. I was again very humble in my take profit approach, and that allowed me to finish the day on 2 winners and to finish trading in 10 minutes after market open. But I have to say that this does not happen often, but it definitely does happen sometimes. I am not sure if you checked my video where I explain why you should trade the S&P 500 futures, and the fact that sometimes it's not time consuming is one of my points there. If you haven't looked in the video, go on my channel and check it out. Wednesday started off with a good trade, but a bad entry, which led to my stop loss being hit. If you have seen my previous videos, you would know that this is not precedent for me, as sometimes I get stopped because of my tight stop loss. So in about 15 seconds I had to re-enter my trade at the exact same area. I perhaps should explain why my stop loss is only 7 ticks, but that would take me an entire video. But the summarized version is that I want to be an example for beginners, and as a beginner you should primarily focus on minimizing your losses so that you can sustain in long term. This would give beginners the chance to learn while making mistakes, which is inevitable, trust me. I have in the past made the mistake of moving my stop loss where my initial risk was intended to be, and losing more money compared to what I was initially willing to lose on the trade. But as you can see now, I have grown to be extremely disciplined, and I haven't lost more than 7 ticks in a long time now. Anyway, let's get back into the trade itself. Similar to yesterday, right off the market open, I was able to catch a decent move, with a small difference that it took slightly longer, about 10 minutes compared to yesterday's fall. And it was a bounce of the moving average, which I saw the buyers were holding nicely, so I was able to ride with the most recent and current trend, which led me to collect a 10-point winner. My third rate was a short at a previous resistance level. I thought that the market has gone up enough already and we're gonna see some sort of a pullback. On that move I wasn't aiming for massive profit, but unfortunately it didn't go in my direction. Overall I can say that although it was a loser, I'm not that disappointed because it was not too bad of a trade, at least for me. Now we're gonna jump straight to the trades from Friday, because unfortunately due to personal commitments I wasn't able to trade on Thursday. I was very confident in my first entry, as normally when the previous support and the moving average aligns, it's this level that normally holds, and I was happy to go long in that area. But unfortunately in trading you cannot guess 100% of the times, and even though it's a high probability, you can lose money. My second trade was at a previous resistance area, which we can now use as a support. And soon after I ended the trade, the price went in my direction. There was this spike in buying volume, which was making me more confident in the trade as well. But not long after, the trade bounced off the moving average and continued on the downside, which obviously led me to lose money. Now, having 3 consecutive losers in a row, I decided that it's time to stop for this week. And I didn't even took my third trade that I normally allow myself to. Overall, this week I made just over $100, regardless of the fact that I had more losers compared to winners. This is very possible if you have a good risk management strategy and your lose to reward ratio is 5 in some cases, meaning that with a single 10-point winner which I had on Wednesday, I'm able to cover all of the losses that I had the entire week. And that's why the rules that I mentioned in the beginning of the video are so important. Not to overtrade, not to lose more than $25 a day, having a tight stop loss. On my trading journey, at some point I came to realize that trading is all about managing risk, and that if you don't set the correct perimeters, there is a high chance of you blowing your account. Trust me, I had to learn that the hard way at the beginning of my trading journey, but I can say that since then I have recovered, and I have learned that I should follow and I should have very strict rules in terms of risk management. And now we are at the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the like button, and if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to my channel. See you soon.